Ouch. Am I live? Hi, everybody. Okay, I think I'm officially live. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy Valentine's Day. Happy every single thing that I can imagine because I haven't seen you guys in so long. Hello, 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 hello. Okay, now you guys have to bear with me, okay? So I'm doing something for the very first time, and there might be some technical difficulties, but bear with me, and you guys are in for a treat. So I don't know where to begin. I don't know where to begin. I'm kind of coming back off of a hiatus. If you guys have been keeping up with me, I posted recently about the loss of my father. My father passed earlier in the year, and because of that loss, I took a hiatus from all social media and really from even working. And I just took time to grieve such a great loss. And I'm still not finished grieving. You know, it's still a process and it's going to take some time, but I appreciate you guys so much. I am so grateful for all of the love and all of the support that I've gotten from you guys. And thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate it because I don't know if anyone here has ever lost a parent, but it is one of the most difficult things one will have to bear. But it is the circle of life, and understanding that I just pray for peace and understanding and patience, and I hope you guys send me all of your positive vibrations because I need it. I need it really bad. So send me your love, send me motivational thoughts, and send me some peace, love, joy, and happiness because I need it. Has anybody here ever lost a parent? If you guys, let me know. Who has lost a parent here? Any advice on how to continue moving forward with that? Because it's not always easy. Thank you so much for the love. I have somebody so special. This person might even be able to help me with some encouraging words that I want you all to meet today. This person is so special to me. This person has been a friend of mine for almost 2 decades. Oh my goodness. I'm only 19, so who knows how long that has been. But this person has been such a great friend to me. And I cannot wait for you guys to meet him today. So I'm going to be introducing you to somebody that you all need to know. This person is Coach Bash, also known as Sebastian Hassel. They should be tagged here. And if they are not tagged now, they will be tagged later, but he's gonna come on live. And let me tell you guys why I love Coach Bash. Coach Bash is one of the most intellectual, educated people that I have ever met, okay? So anybody who knows me knows that I pride myself on being what I like to consider an intellectual. I think that I'm pretty smart, but this person, this person is really smart. Let me tell you the accolades of Sebastian. Sebastian is an academic mentor, a motivational speaker, a spiritual leader with a heavy emphasis and concentration on the LGBT community, which we need because we are lacking a lot of support in this industry, and a community planner. Sebastian has a master's in community planning and loves helping people. Loves helping people. Anybody who has been watching me, anybody who's been following me, you guys know that I love the people. I love helping the people. I love doing everything that I can to give back to everybody that I can. So this is, hi baby. Hi Angela. How are you? Mwah, 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 mwah. So I can't wait. I'm going to figure out how to add Sebastian to this live. And don't you guys just love, I'm giving you African goddess / God / anything that you want to call it. I love this head wrap, okay? Anyway, Sebastian, I don't know how to add you, but please send me the glow. Yes, darling, glow. I'll teach you guys how to do it. How do I add people to this live? Guest request. Okay, I think I did it. did it. And guys, I'm going to be doing monthly that explains it all. Anybody who knows me, I think that I know everything. Oh,
Oh,
Sebastian.
Sebastian.
Hi,
Hi,
Sebastian.
Sebastian.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my
I
goodness.
think we're.
I think we're.
I'm looking at you
I'm
in a
looking at
different
you
way.
in a different way. Okay. Oh God, I'm not sure how to do
Is there a delay?
Is there a delay?
Everybody say hello
Everybody
to
say hello to
Sebastian.
Sebastian.
Hi, Bash.
Hi,
Hi,
Bash.
Coach
Hi,
Bash.
Coach Bash.
I can hear a
I
delay.
can hear
Can
a
you hear a
delay.
delay?
Can you hear a delay? Yeah, there's a little bit of delay.
I have no idea
I have
how we
no
fix
idea how
that.
we fix that.
Does anybody
Does
know
anybody know
who goes
who
live?
goes
Where are the
live?
live
Where are the
gurus?
live gurus?
Do you have
Do
the
you have
headphones,
the
Sebastian?
headphones, Sebastian? Yeah, hold on a second.
I wonder if that'll work.
I wonder if
Well,
that'll work.
while
Oh,
Sebastian is
while
getting the
Sebastian's getting
headphones,
the head.
I'm going to be doing live a monthly The Donovan Explains It All. Most people think that I know everything, or at least they think that I think that I know
Okay,
everything.
I think that.
Yeah, I hear the delay.
Okay, yeah, I hear the
I wonder if my
I
headphones
wonder if
will
I
actually
can
work.
headphones will yeah, hold on a second. I wonder if that'll work. I wonder if that'll work. While Sebastian's getting the head. I'm going to be doing live a monthly The Donovan Explains It All. Most people think that I know everything, or at least they think that I think that I know everything. I think that. Yeah, yeah, I think
Sebastian, mute your phone.
mute your phone. I wonder if that'll work. I wonder
Does it work? Okay, that works. So I think Sebastian needs headphones. I'm so sorry for the technical difficulties, guys. That's not fun. But again, this is the first time that I'm doing this, so hopefully this, it'll work much better the last time. Hello, Dee Dee. But anyway, guys, while we're working on fixing this, what have you guys been up to? Sounds like scrambled eggs. Yeah. Can you guys hear me clearly now, though? If you guys can hear me clearly now, let me know. Because I think when Coach Bash is on, because I'm speaking through and he's watching my live, you guys hear all of that interaction. But anyway, let me tell you guys, everybody thinks that I'm a know-it-all, and I think that I'm a know-it-all too. I get it. But what I want to do is do something monthly. I've been having so many lovely opportunities, and I feel like I'm so private. I don't really get to share everything that I want to share with you guys. But that's going to change, and I'm going to start sharing as much as I can. And with that, I'm going to do the Donovan Explains It All. So I'll be bringing on special guests. Sebastian is going to be my first because I love him and there's just so much to talk about. And that's not all. When I go on to sets, when I am working on music, when I want to talk about relationships, love, heartbreak, all that fun stuff, I'm going to do it with you guys because why not? It's so much fun. And I miss you. Oh my goodness. How's Bella? How's piano? I should play something for you guys since we're in a bit of a delay. That would be fun. Do you guys have any requests? Do you guys want to hear something? If I play something, what should I play? What do you guys want to hear? I have a new project that's coming out very, very soon. I shouldn't have said that, but why not? It's just you and I. And the comments are delayed too, guys. So if okay, let me see. Sebastian, I cannot add you right now. I'm trying to add Sebastian. Okay, now I can add Sebastian. Okay, so here we go. So guys, I'm introducing Sebastian again. If there are audio issues, please forgive me. I'm hoping that we can work through the technical delays because there's so much that we need to talk about. Sebastian, can you hear me clearly? I cannot hear you. Nope, can't hear anything. Are you guys able to hear Sebastian at all? The Donovan, can you guys hear me? If you can hear me, give me like some love, give me a shout out, say, yeah, we can hear you. Hey, Miss Grace, how are you? I miss you so much. Sebastian, I can't hear anything. Can you guys hear me? Sebastian, can you hear me? You can't hear me at all? I can't hear you. Sebastian, take your headphones out and
Hello?
let's see what happens. Oh, now I hear you
Okay.
perfectly.
You're saying turn your phone.
Oh, turn
Okay,
my phone?
now can
Okay.
yes, and turn your phone.
Okay.
That's what I've been trying. Thank you, Miss Grace. You're so wonderful. I don't know how this fixed the problem, but it did. There was a bad delay. Okay, so guys, Sebastian is going to be fixing that, but we have so much to talk about. Listen, if you want to know more about Sebastian, we're going to put a description of all the wonderful things that he has accomplished, that he does. You can catch him on The Real Talk with Coach Bash, and it is available like literally everywhere. Real Talk with Coach Bash. It's on iTunes, Anchor. There is a list that we're going to post where you can find it. Spotify, Anchor, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Breaker, Pocket Cast, and Radio Public. It is one of the most interesting podcasts that you can freaking listen to. It is so motivational. If you need motivation in your life, this is a person that you want to be connected with. But okay, let's get into why I'm doing this. So today I wanted to talk about so many different things, but particularly I want to start, and this is going to be a little, well, I'm so rude. Bash, Coach Bash, Sebastian, you introduce yourself. Say hello to everybody. I'm just talking and talking and talking.
Hey, everybody. So, can you guys hear me okay? Is that okay?
We hear you perfectly.
Okay, so there's a weird thing where it's like, anyway, so hey, everybody. How's it going? I want to start by thanking the Donovan for just allowing me to, I guess, appear here today. I've known Donovan forever and ever.
Even
And
though
ever.
I'm only
Even
though I'm only
say
19.
What? Yeah, even though you're only 19. Well, we met in like what, 7th or 8th grade?
Oh no, that is, oh my goodness.
And
Ooh. Hi, G.
yeah, it was a very, very long time ago. And I don't know. I think it's fair to say we both grown and evolved as human beings since that time. I mean, when Donovan met me, I was like a really conservative, evangelical, hellfire and brimstone. uh, and since that time, it's like, I don't know. I've come into myself. Donovan obviously is coming to himself, and I'm excited about today. I'm ready
So
to just get
excited.
into it.
And I mean, one thing that I really want to talk about today is like walking in your truth. Walking in your truth, being who you are, because how do you live without it? And you can even look at celebrities and see how it's affecting everyday life. Look at Jesse Smollett. Okay. All right. All right. Now, I'm probably going to say things today a lot of you may not agree with, and that is okay. But feel free to give your opinion because that's the beauty of social media and the world we live in America. You can say basically whatever you want, like Jesse did, okay? And basically, what Jesse is saying is that he was attacked and brutally attacked with a noose, with bleach, and he was beat. This is not funny. Before I go on, is Jesse lying or telling the truth? We all know the story. Everybody's talking about it. We've been there. We've done that. What do you guys think? Is Jesse a liar? Was Jesse gay bashed? Did he get beat to a pulp? Did someone someone's tie a noose around his neck? Did they pour bleach on him on a winter day in Chicago at 2 a.m. in negative 30-degree weather. Did these things happen? Sebastian, what do you think?
So I have so many
As
feelings on
do
that
I.
subject, right? I mean, on the one hand, like, I wasn't there, so I don't know what happened. But if you, as a member of the LGBT community, as a black man, like if you knowingly like made up a story like that for like publicity or whatever was going on with him, like that's trifling, right? Like that's it is. But at the same time, it's like I wonder if he'd been a white man or if he'd been a part of any other demographic, if we would be so quick to like throw him away, or if like they would have thrown the book at him the way they did, right? I mean, this man is facing 16 felony counts, and while there may be like some justified punishment, 16 felony counts, man. I mean, I feel like people weaponize the police against black folks all the time. And I've not seen like not one like you know what I'm saying like felony come out
16.
of that. And so I think it's worth
It's
talking
definitely
about.
worth talking about, but let me say this, and I'm going to be blunt. I've never been a fan of Jesse Smollett. I don't even really know how to say his name. I think that's how you say it, but if it's not, he'll have to live. I've never been a fan, and let me tell you why. I, the Donovan, am a feminine, black, gay man. Okay? Do you see me on this live right now? I don't get to hide behind any walls of protection. When I walk down the street, whether it's Alabama, Georgia, even New York City, it's written all over me who and what I am. Okay? And with that being said, I don't have the luxury of lying about who I am, what I am, and what happens to me. The problem I have with Jesse, there are a few. Number one, the way he came out. And let me be a little more sensitive because everybody has a different walk in their life, okay? And that's understandable. But Jesse uses, from what I've seen, the LGBT to his advantage whenever he really can. I remember he did a show, The Skinny, or DTLA. It was an LGBT based show that Patrick Ian Polk produced. He had done that. It was a gay show. It was his first like real role, the first time I had ever recognized him. But then 2 years later, he came out. So what were you before you when you were doing that role? And so, who's just said why lie though? D, that's a good question. Why did he lie? Let me tell you why I think Jesse, if he is lying, why he did lie. Jesse's outbreak or breakout role was Empire, right? Who here watches Empire? Sebastian, do you even watch Empire?
I watched it a while ago and then I
So
just kind of got
that
over
answer
it.
is no.
I like the music, like I like the soundtracks,
If
but
you
I don't really
watch
care for the show.
Empire, give me a heart or a like. Give me something. Let me know that you guys are watching Empire. It seems like nobody does. So, and if you are a fan, please say, I watch religiously. I love him. Oh, yeah. Auburn Gray says he has a drug problem. Ooh. And he's trying to cover it. I started to, but really got corny. It is very corny. Anyway, the show is corny, in my opinion. Jude has never watched it. I never heard of it. Jude, are you Caucasian? I know that sounds weird, but there is a method to this madness. I don't I don't think anybody really watches Empire anymore. Jesse claims that two Caucasian people saw him and said, "Oh, I'm a, you Empire fag, you Empire Nigger." Uh, Hi, Jude. Mwah, mwah, mwah. So, Jude is Caucasian, never heard of Empire, which I think is accurate. Most white people have not heard of Empire and don't watch it. So, Jesse, girl, two random white men in Chicago jumped out, poured bleach on you, and put a noose around your neck because they hated your character on Empire. They don't know who you are. They don't know who you are, Jesse. I barely know who you are. But I said that to say this. Why lie? Why? Because you need a boost, right? I'm all for a good scam. Guys, believe me when I tell you, I'm for a good scam. I'm going to be a part of this industry, period, point blank. You guys will see me all over. Eventually, I will never stop. And there might be a day where I participate in a scandal. Kudos, right? However, I agree, Jude. Good. I will participate in a scandal one day. I love them. Okay. However, what I will not do is I will not use the African American community and the LGBT community when we've both or both parties have suffered so egregiously. You do not lie. You do not lie for relevance. That's right. You don't lie for relevance. This is what Jesse wanted. Jesse wanted to put out these claims and be like, I'm a fighter. You ain't gonna beat me up. I'm a LGBT kingpin. I'm standing up for blacks. I'm standing up for the gays. And what we were supposed to do was do a hurrah, yay. But your story is not adding up, Jesse. And what you've done now, what you've done is you've created discord when a person like myself, the Donovan, when a person like Sebastian, when something really happens to us, because it happens all the time. I can't count how many times I've been called derogatory terms throughout my life. You know what I mean? The day, if something egregious was to ever happen to me, and I need to say, this happened to me, you know, somebody saw me and was disgusted by what they saw, and they tied a noose around my neck, and they poured bleach on me. I need people to hear me, and I need people to believe me, because I would never lie about something so serious. Our history does not allow us to lie about something so serious. Do you know how many people have hung from trees? Do you know how many people have really had nooses around their neck in reality? How many mothers have found their children dead on trees? It's not a joke. It's not a game. Do you know how many LGBT are dying daily? Transgendered women? Yeah. Do you know how many of them are brutalized, are raped? It's not a game. It's not a game. It's not a game. It's not a game. Sebastian, say something. Say something.
Yeah. I feel you on that, especially with the thing about like the black trans women, right? I think it's unfortunate in our society where like if you happen to be famous and something happens to you and you have all these friends, they'll come out and support. But it's like, where's the outcry when over the last few years, specifically as a result of people being emboldened to like right-wing extremism, black trans women are dying at an alarming rate in our nation. Like it is a really serious problem, but there are no headlines. They get dead named and misgendered when the news does come and report about it. And to me, it speaks to like us as people. You know what I'm saying? Like we only get ticked off and angry when, oh, Jesse was attacked, and we don't care about the things that are actually happening. You know what I mean? The things that are actually impacting people. For example, right? I'll put myself out there. Like as a black trans man, right? It's hard out here. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like in certain environments, you don't want nobody to find out, right? Like that you're trans or anything like that because of they may attack you. You know
I have
what I'm
a
saying?
question.
They may
Did
say all kinds of
anybody, and I know this is weird and rude, probably, so forgive me, Sebastian, but does everybody know what a trans man is? This is educational. I know everybody on my page and everybody watching is not maybe adapt to the different terminology. So ask questions. It's okay. We're
Yeah,
here. Sebastian is one of the most understanding and intellectual, as I've stated, people. So if you don't know, we'll tell you. Does anybody know what a trans man is?
yeah.
If somebody knows and would like to post a definition for others, no. Did I say you don't know what a trans man is? Well, Sebastian, will you tell people what a trans man is?
Sure. So, so a trans. I'll just go with like a definition for transness in general, right? So a trans man is a person who was assigned male at birth. I mean, female at birth, but they identify as male. Same thing for trans woman. Assigned male at birth, identifies as female. The medical term that's used for it is gender dysphoria. Although there's like debate in the trans community about whether or not you actually need to have dysphoria um, to be considered trans. And then under the trans umbrella, you also have people who are non-binary, where they don't feel that they fit in either the male or the female
Am I
category.
non-binary?
So, I mean,
What
genders.
am I? What do you guys think that I am? Am I non-binary?
And so with yeah, Jude, that's a good definition, Jude. Um, so with transness, it comes like
Jude.
well, Donovan, what are your pronouns?
Well, what I've learned throughout the years is I don't care. People call me boy, people call me girl, people call me gay. Uh, it doesn't matter to me. Now, hi baby, within, I I think I'm a boy. Like, I'm a boy, but I'm a girly boy, and I'm okay with that. When people call me she, I'm fine with it. Like, it doesn't bother me, but I would not alter my body in any way, because I feel comfortable with what I've been given and I'm okay with it. I'm just special. Thank you. Thank you, darling. Thank you. I just feel, I feel okay in my skin, but if I didn't, I would change it with no problem. And, one thing that I don't understand, and please be honest, why is it a concern of people? And that's a legitimate question. I really want answers, because I know for a fact quite a few people on this list. I can see you guys. I love you guys. But I know not everybody here understands or agrees with transitioning, transgender, even homosexuality. Can somebody tell me why? No, I really want somebody to type. If you don't agree, tell me why. I really want to know. So, Sebastian has said, I am a transgendered man. So, he gave the definition: born female, transitions to male. Great. For those who may not agree, or don't understand, can you tell me why? Sebastian, what have you heard while we're waiting for some of these responses?
I think, I mean, a better question would be like, what haven't I heard, right? So, so I mean, you have those who, when they first like find out that you're trans, um, there's the well, God doesn't make mistakes, or specifically with my parents, like, well, that's not the name I gave you, and you'll always be this. You know what I mean? And from a religious, like fundamentalist, standpoint, it's like, oh, you're operating under a spirit of gender confusion or homosexuality or whatever. And I get
For
it
the
because I was.
mothers,
Go ahead.
for the mothers that are on here and the fathers, I need to know something. If you have a transgender child and they tell you, hey, my name is now the Donovan, my name is now Sebastian, what do you say? Do you say the name I gave you is what rules? Or do you say, you know what? This is an evolution. Like, you have evolved, and now I need to respect that. Because I'm not a parent, but I am an overbearing narcissist. So I don't know how I would feel if my child said, hey, the name you gave me, I got a new one. How does it work? But I'm not a parent yet, right? How does it work? I want to hear opinions. And I'm so sorry to interrupt, Sebastian. Go ahead, keep going.
No, no, it's cool. I mean, because it's like this is an important conversation to have. When I first like came out as trans, right, and I called my mother before I changed my name or whatever, and it was a hard conversation to have because I get it. Like I said, I was once like one of the most conservative people that you probably ever met. You know what I mean? And I think that there's a there's a balance I think we need to find because it takes a while and it's hard to take everything that you've always been taught and everything that you've always thought you knew and then new information comes to you that like makes you question everything. It's a painful process, you know. It doesn't mean that you're supposed to be like I guess homophobic or like transphobic or be ugly to people, but when you come and say, "Hey, this is something that I this is who I am," and someone's 50 years in the game believing things one way, like they're gonna lash out at you. You know what I mean? And I know because when I was first introduced to like a more liberal way of thinking, you know what I mean? Specifically in philosophy class when I was an undergrad, I gave my teacher hell. Like we're good friends to this day, but like I was like, well, you're attacking Jesus, you're attacking Christianity, and you just want us to think like you. And I would get up and I would storm out of class and we'd meet in her office and have a good long conversation because everything that I was programmed to think, now I'm having to question it. Now you're telling me, well, that's not absolute truth. It's just what you believe. And having to rationalize that and wrestle with that and say, maybe I have been programmed, and maybe I should consider another perspective and see like how I truly feel about it because I've only had this one set of ideas fed to me for the first 18, 19 years of my life.
So my question is, because I'm reading all of you guys' comments, and sometimes it is hard for me to respond while Sebastian is talking, so I have to wait on them. But I have a couple of questions for those who are commenting out here. And everybody that has a comment, please, please, please post your comments. Auburn Gray says that she was brought up with the Bible and that the understanding that it's just wrong. And okay, I understand that. My question then, and please use the Bible to justify this, if you will. If God makes no mistakes, because to quote Sebastian, right? God makes no mistakes. Cool. Why then do I have the feelings that I have? If God makes no mistakes, why do I feel the way I feel? And who says that I'm saying it's a mistake? It could be a teaching mechanism for everybody in the community. It could be a lesson of learning to love, a lesson in learning to understand, a lesson in learning to be empathetic. It might not be the person that you're looking at. You know, it might be for you to understand what you need to change. And just to segue, please type in your comments, guys, because I'm eager to hear your opinions. When I lost my father, I noticed a lot of things about myself and the way I was interacting and dealing with people, especially those closest to me. And I realized that my attitude and my behavior was like outrageous, right? And so I'm like, I'm not able to use the death of my father as an excuse. Like, I still need to be in control of how I behave. However, it is nice when you have people surrounding you that are supportive, when you have people who are understanding. You need that because we're not perfect and we can't be. Well, what do you want us to do? Would you like us to live lies? Would you like us to suppress our inner, deepest feelings for your happiness? And if the answer is yes to that, how does that make sense to you?
Can
Of course.
I say something real quick? So, so we're talking about the Bible, right? I think I have one with me. So hold on a second. Yeah, I do. All right. So, um, a Bible, right? This book is only as powerful as the person reading it, right? And this is what I mean when I say that. When we're raised in fundamentalist environments, we have the assumption that our denominations or our churches or our own personal understanding of the Bible is the only one that exists, right? And I think that if you take a deeper look beyond like a surface level reading of the scripture, you'll find that like academic scholars, people who study scripture, and that's all they do. There's actual debate and evolution of thought on the subject of sexuality, gender identity, and things like that. And so I think it's unfair to say, hey, like how I read the Bible, and this is exactly what it means, when your only interaction with those words is from one source. You know what I mean? And I think it's dishonest for religious leaders to say, I know exactly what the Bible means if you've not rigorously wrestled with the text of Scripture. Um, because there's a lot of like surface level reading based on our limited vocabularies and things of that nature that we're spoon fed, and we assume that that's the end all be all when it's not. And I think that that's important to point out.
And everybody, please take a moment to read the comment that Jude posted talking about growing up as a Mormon, and how it was said that being gay or trans was basically a trial to fight those feelings. You guys read that and you guys try to process that. And by the way, Jude, you are so cute. I had no idea you were a trans man, but that's the beauty of this world. Are you single? Anyway, let me stop flirting on live. Hi, Tori. Hi, baby. Mwah, 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 mwah. It is important to under. It is important to understand that when you interact with people, that you interact from a space of love. In doing so, I can't imagine how altercations can ensue. Where does the problem come in if you're operating from a place of love? Moving forward, Jude is married. I'm jealous, but congratulations to you, Jude. She's a lucky lady. Um, there's a comment that I want to read, but in the interim, Sebastian, any closing thoughts on this particular topic?
Sure. So I think that when it comes to like religion and spirituality and people's identity, um, I think it's important to not approach the subject lightly, and not to approach the subject with arrogance, especially when you come from a place of ignorance. And when I say ignorance, I don't mean that in a derogatory way. I mean,
Right.
it's something that you don't know, right? And so I would encourage anyone who has a strong opinion on any point of theology to really like do some research and figure out like and look at multiple points of view before assuming that your point of view is the
I
only
want to
one that
say to
matters. Um,
hi baby, Miss Jackson. If you guys see her comment, please feel free to respond to it. It's beautifully written, and it's basically stating that if we have to question God and how He made us, that I'm sure she's not happy with that. She does not think that God made people gay. and I respect your opinion on that. She says that people have choices. My question is, what is the choice? Is the choice to live a lie and to suppress everything that you feel? How are we supposed to move on? She says her father was gay and she loved him regardless. My question is, see, what are we supposed to do, right? So many times I hear people saying, it's not right. You shouldn't do this. God didn't make us this way, man and woman. Okay, great. What am I supposed to do? Do you think that it is better to live in misery? Because essentially that's what it would be. Everybody who's watching me now, can you imagine me with a woman holding hands side by side, kisses and hugs? It would be unnatural for me. That is not how I was created. T, you might have to come on live, after, so you can have a chance to say it. And no, baby, I love you, and it's a okay. We're just having dialogue. Please write your opinions out, and I'm gonna read them, and I'm going to respond to them. And that's the beauty of this, because really, what I want to do in these videos, every time I'm talking about a different topic, I want to be a support. You guys, please, when this video is over and we edit and add all of the links, check out Sebastian's podcast. They are so informative, they are so motivational, and they are so entertaining. Like when I'm driving, I'm listening to them, I'm subscribed to the podcast because sometimes I need motivation, I need healing, and I need to hear someone who's coming from a place of love. And I think that you guys will find that with Sebastian. So look for that. But moving along from Jesse, if Jesse lied, those 16 felonies, I think, are deserving. Even though they're extreme and they're harsh, you don't ever play with something so serious. It's not a joke, it's not a game. If it comes out that he is telling the truth, then I will humbly eat crow. And I'm so sorry that I bashed you and said that I didn't believe you and I thought you were lying from the start, even though that's the case. Okay? But all right, y'all. I want to talk about demons and those that have affected R. Kelly. Okay? R. Kelly. Okay. Everybody, please let me know your opinions on R. Kelly. Okay, now I'm going to start by saying this. I'm a weirdo. Okay? And I hope you guys take this the right way. But there's somebody that I'm even more upset with than R. Kelly, if that makes any sense. And it's the parents. The parents. On what earth would I ever allow my 15-year-old child alone for ridiculously extended amounts of time with a grown man, unaccompanied, and out of my supervision? How does that work? How does that work? Now, somebody might understand this and say, well, but how does it work? How many mothers are here who would allow that? Same thing with Michael Jackson. It's the money. Okay? They wanted a payday. Now, would you guys sell your children? I know this sounds crazy. It's like, I wouldn't sell my child. I wouldn't sell my child. I'm sure every single one of them will sit in your face and tell you the same thing. But what amount was it that got their children you know, that they were okay with it. With Michael Jackson, what amount of money, how many houses, how many cars did it take for them to say, well, okay, you can go over there and stay for weeks at a time. I'm all right with it. I got a house, I got a mansion, I got cars, I got money. I'm not in debt anymore. Sebastian, tell me what you're thinking.
Oh, so you just mentioned two topics, and I have opinions on each one individually, right? So let's start with R. Kelly. This ain't news, man. we've known we've known that R. Kelly was out here doing what he was doing for years. I mean, late '90s, early 2000s.
Why are we
We knew,
mad? Why are
and
we
it's like
mad?
we're mad. We're mad because the media told us to be mad. Okay, we're mad because it's a current event, and we want to get on the bandwagon and trash R. Kelly. And I'm not saying that we shouldn't, right? Like if you out here taking advantage of young people and you sleeping with underage kids, get it together because that's not okay, right? My issue is this pack mentality that we have, where it's like if something's in the news and in the media, like, hey, I'm upset about R. Kelly, let's trash all his stuff, right? And then a year from now, you're gonna be listening to the same things, listen to the same music. You're gonna be excited, right? And I think that that's a dangerous game to play. All right. But he's guilty of sin, man. Like we
But
all
my
know he's
question
guilty.
is, I remember
Um,
specifically when I was in high school coming up, we used to make fun of that little girl getting peed on. We thought it was funny. We were like, girl, why you
yeah.
know, and I don't ever really remember adults talking about it in a way that we're teaching children to avoid predators, and there was no real dialogue on why he needed to be locked up. How did he beat that case? You know, what jury of 12 people saw those videos and thought, this is cool, this is okay, it's not really him in the video?
Well, two things, right? So in a court of law, as far as I look at it, right, it's about who tells the best story, and the best paid attorneys typically tell the best stories. That's just that's just how it is. And I think that if we really meaningfully address the R. Kelly situation, or if they had like meaningfully addressed the R. Kelly situation, then they would have to address the predators that are in our own communities
He was
and in our own
married
families.
to Aaliyah.
Um,
He was married to Aaliyah. Girl, first of all, you married my 15-year-old daughter, and there's no you're done. You'll never release another album because every media outlet, every news outlet, every talk show, I'm gonna be on it. Talking about what a vile, disgusting human being you are and how you snatched my daughter against my wishes, if this is how it happened, and you married her. This is not a third world country where we can marry 13, 14, and 15-year olds. That's not the way our society is and or was developed. So what are you doing? And what did the parents do thereafter? Aaliyah went on to be one of the biggest superstars of her time. Why didn't even she speak on it? And I don't want to victim blame because she was a child, she was a minor. This was out of her control, in my opinion. But why aren't people standing up and saying things? And I hope nobody takes this the wrong way, but I feel very strongly about the Me Too movement in that way. Not to victim shame, but I think that it's very important. A lot of the women who have been victims of Harvey Weinstein and whomever else, the problem that I have is they went on to have these extremely lucrative careers with Oscars and Grammys and Emmys and this is and that and never spoke up. So it is so selfish in my mind that you experienced the sexual abuse and you said nothing until it was safe. What about every girl behind you? I think about the oldest women and then down the chain. You let everybody behind you suffer because of your selfishness. Because essentially, oh, but then is it selfish? See, I've never been a victim of sexual abuse, so I don't know. Somebody tell me, because I don't want to stick my neck out and then have it chopped off. But in my mind, I'm thinking about, oh my gosh, this person touched me. This person humiliated me in order, or in exchange for a promise, whether it's kept or not. I would not be able to sleep at night knowing that he has access to so many behind me and that they're going to experience the same thing. Somebody tell me how this happens. And Sebastian, I have a question for you. How does a predator become a predator? How does one get off on, capturing and holding 14 and 15-year-olds hostage, or how does that work?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know how it works. I think that with famous people who have like millions upon millions of dollars and lots of connections, I think it's a lot easier for them to get away with certain things than it is for the average Joe. I mean, um, think about it. When people come forward with like sexual allegations, if your pocket's deep enough, you give them some hush money and pray they go away for good, or you settle out of court for undisclosed amounts of money and things like that. And so I think that there's a certain privilege that comes with having the kind of power, because forget the money, right? If you know enough of the right people, and enough of the right people come to your aid in a situation, in certain situations, then yeah, you're gonna get off. You're gonna beat the charges, and who's to say that it wasn't one of those exchange things,
You
And
touch me and it's
like I
going
haven't been
down.
sexually
You
abused.
touch me, you touch my
Yeah.
baby, you touch somebody in my family. Sparkle gave her, she knew what was happening with her niece and said nothing. Let me go through some of the comments. Jude, I'm so sorry that
Yeah.
you had such terrible experiences. It is so unfortunate, and I'm so sorry. And you did the right thing. You report the abuse and you tell, even if not to vindicate yourself, but to help those behind you. We are cut from the same cloth, Jude. And I send so much love, peace, and joy to you. And I hope you receive that. Rashonda, girl, Rashonda says that Aaliyah's mom allegedly are the owners of R. Kelly's like estate and music. And so accordingly, she's not saying anything about this, you know. And I think the same thing for, the Michael Jackson children. Why is everybody mad? Segue. Why is everybody mad at Oprah? Now, I need you guys to tell me. Tell me why you mad at Oprah. Are you mad at Oprah? Oh,
I am. I am.
here we go.
So here's the thing, right? There again, I was not there. I don't know what happened. But I think that it's very convenient of Oprah to get whatever rating she's getting from like doing the interviews and things like that. I think the timing of these gentlemen is it's interesting, man. And I guess as someone who, like I said, I've not been sexually abused, but I've been in abusive situations. I've been in domestic violence situations, so I know you can have like a weird attachment to someone who's like inflicting some sort of pain on you. But I'm a little frustrated with the whole Michael Jackson thing because I don't see how you can stand with somebody because they did, whether Michael did it or not, right? They stood. People like Oprah stood with Michael when he was alive. The gentlemen who are now coming forward with these allegations, when they stand to gain a profit from it, they stood with Michael. They testified with that. Oh, Michael didn't do this and that. One of the gentlemen was the reason Michael got off the first time. Without his testimony, Michael's goose was cooked. And so it brings the question 10 years later, now that your career is in shambles, and you stand to profit from it, like why now? That's my biggest issue.
But this is,
You know what I mean? Because like I said, I don't.
let me say two things.
Go ahead.
Number one,
Mhm.
they deserve their airtime. The fact of the matter is this: Oprah gave everybody equal opportunity. When all of the major networks were covering Michael Jackson's trial, everybody and their mama wanted him on that show. And Oprah gave him that platform. He was on Oprah's show several times. He talked about Netherland Ranch. He talked about the children. He talked about it all. He denied everything. Those children never really got the opportunity to speak, especially not as adults. As a child, you do what you are told. If something happened to me, even at school, prime example, if I was a child and my mother told me, you're going to go in there and you're going to apologize to that teacher, it doesn't matter what that teacher might have done to me. And I've had some disgusting teachers in my life, you know what I mean, who did really inappropriate and unethical things to me, not sexually, but just because they had the power to do so. And I was defenseless as a child. And a lot of times my parents would not hear my side of the story. They just thought, oh, you're a child, you're going to stay in a child's place. And if this adult is saying something, you're going to do it. You know, or if I felt deeply that I needed to speak up for myself, my parents would dim that flame and they would force me quiet, you know. And so as a child, it's not really fair to say, oh, well, you know, they didn't say anything then. They were children. They might have been in a situation where, like I said, their parents were heavily coaxed into silencing. And accordingly, the parents said, listen, little Timmy, this is what's going to happen. You're going to go in there and you're going to say that you're sorry and that these things did not happen. You're gonna do that, and mommy's gonna take care of you. This is what happens. It's sick and it's sad, but I'm telling y'all, it's the parents.
Were they children
Yeah,
though?
I mean,
Were they children at the time of
I
the
mean,
trial? Hold on, we're looking it up because I
who
want to
here
see because
knows the Michael
I'm pretty
Jackson
sure
stuff?
one
You
of them
guys
was
post
not.
the information. Were these people kids? Now, I was under the impression that these kids were like 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 years old. That's still a child. Even 16, you know, you don't get to
15.
say things. If somebody is touching you, you know, listen, in the African American community, how many people have been touched by an uncle? And I don't want to get emotional, but you know, this is serious. How many people have been touched by uncle? We have somebody here telling their story about sexual abuse. You know, look at Jude's comments. People have been abused and their parents are not coming to their rescue. You know, uncles, brothers, cousins, you know, are hurting their own family members and nobody is coming to their rescue. And the parents will know, but they want to keep the family together. They don't want to be embarrassed. They don't want to get a divorce, you know, and so they're like, that didn't happen, or you be quiet, or Jude said that somebody laughed. Somebody, see, read these comments, guys. It's not a joke. So now that these people are adults, they deserve to have their voice heard. And let me tell you something, Oprah owes Michael Jackson nothing. How many Christmases have they spent together? How many Thanksgiving? How much bread did they break? They wasn't friends. They were not friends. So she's a queen of media, and accordingly, she did what she does: mediate.
So let me
Mhm.
so let me ask you this, right? Hold on one second. Let's see here. So here's my question, right? With the Me Too movement and the accusations and things like that, are we presuming and this and I get it, right? Abuse happens. This is not me saying that it doesn't. Are we presuming anyone who's accused, right, as guilty until proven
I don't
innocent?
believe in that. You know, I believe in my third eye and my intuition. Okay, some because the law means nothing to me, and I know this sounds crazy, but to most, especially African American people or minorities in general, the laws were not made for us. So I don't rely on that system for justice. You know, guilty people are in jail every day. Innocent people, guilty people go to jail. Innocent people go to jail. Guilty people are let free. Innocent people are let free. It's a gamble. And just like you said earlier, who cares what's the truth? The importance is who can give the better argument.
So let me ask you this, right? So was it Gavin? With Gavin, right? Who's one of the accusers that's recently come forward, right? Um, Gavin Robinson, right? Robinson?
Wade Roberson.
Wade Roberson. I'm sorry. It's like, how do you? And it's something that I wrestle with. How do you reconcile, right? Someone profiting from alleged victimhood, right? And this is where I'm coming from. It's one thing to come forward and, hey, this happened to me, and so on and so forth. But to come forward and do it in the context of, I don't know, I just feel like I feel like they're doing it for a come up, and that's not to say, like I said, it's similar to the Jussie thing, right? Just like there are people who are true victims, right? I refuse to believe that when there's evidence, you know what I'm saying? Like, so for example, if I my nephew, when he was he's 17 now, when he was 15 to 16 or younger, right? If I know that there are allegations against you, right, and I know that they say this and that about you, and why would I
But that's the
put you in that
point.
situation? You know what I mean? And then
If I come to you and see, people are not going to be into this because people like to live in a fantasy land. If I come to you and say, "Ooh, Sebastian, I think your nephew is so talented. Bring him over here," because that's what Michael Jackson was doing. He was telling these parents, "Oh, listen, this is you. Bring your child. I'm going to take care of him. Yes, we sleep in the same bed. You'll be in a hotel 3 blocks down, and I'm going to have your child." And what world is that appropriate? And then, even more so, why? And now, let me be clear. I think Michael Jackson is innocent, okay? Now, I know, but I'm playing devil's advocate. I think Michael Jackson is innocent. I think Michael was just really weird. And I think that he participated in no societal norms. I think that he was so traumatized and abused and a victim himself that it transferred into his adult life. And I think his relationship with those children were truly innocent. I think it was literally a 7-year-old with another 7-year-old situation. I think that he himself was a child. But that doesn't make it any less inappropriate. And furthermore, why, as a parent, are you allowing that? I would never allow my children overnight with any adult. Now, maybe if it was like a slumber party type of thing, I could be like, all right, that's okay. You can go to the slumber party, maybe, but not when all of these accusations and allegations have come to light. I'm going to protect my child at all costs because that is the duty of a parent. And to neglect that is one of the most egregious things that you could ever do. And to me, that's the true abomination.
my question too is like, who was advising Michael? You know what I mean?
He was
Who
so rich
was
and powerful, nobody.
you
You
feel me?
can't
Like
tell
if
Michael Jackson anything. Imagine that. Like, oh, Michael, you shouldn't really be having these kids here. It's not a good look. Michael was like, listen, don't tell me anything. I love them. These are my friends. These are my favorite people.
Yeah.
They understand me. I really love them. You guys like my Michael Jackson
let me ask
impersonation
you a question, Donovan.
anyway. Um, Listen, this has been
So so
so much fun. I'm looking and we've been over an hour. Like, oh my goodness. It's
oh,
been over an hour. Listen, everybody send some love to Coach Bash, and I want to give everybody an opportunity to come on live and give your opinion, say some things, get crazy, anything that you guys want to talk about that you've heard. Come on, voice your opinions. This is a safe space. Anybody can say whatever you want to say, and I will respond accordingly, but it's free. Sebastian, please give your closing remarks and tell everybody that you love them, and you'll see them later because we got to do this again. And also, I'm going to be on Sebastian's podcast. I'm going to be on the podcast. It'll probably be longer, and we'll talk about a lot of things. And it'll be great. So, Sebastian, you take it from here.
Okay. So it's been real, guys. Thank you, Donovan, once again for sharing your platform with me. I know you've worked hard to build a name for yourself and all your fabulousness, right? So I really appreciate that. And I just it's just my closing thoughts on all of this. I think that like uh, we we we've discussed some complicated topics today, and I think that when we look at the world around us and the people that we interact with, and even when we see these headlines, right? I think that it's important and it's wise to just be mindful of how we jump to snap judgments, right? About people and things and situations, and just kind of try to be more empathetic as human beings. I think that we go a long way if we were more empathetic and more thoughtful. You know, read a book by an author you've never heard of. Watch a movie or listen to a type of music that you've never listened to. Like expose yourself and broaden your horizons. And I think that by doing things like that and interacting with things and people that we normally wouldn't, I think that we can make this world a much better place. So I thank you guys for your time. You can always reach me. Real Talk with Coach Bash. It's on Anchor, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. You can also, if you have prayer requests or just want to connect with me, you can reach out to me via email at reimaginerevivalministries@gmail.com. I'm a trans man. I am a Christian. And I'm the founder of a startup ministry that's looking to do the real work. We're looking to be the literal hands and feet of Christ for marginalized people who just need an outlet where they're safe, where they can be themselves, and where they can get a message that not only does God love you because of who you are, but also that ministry is about serving, and we're trying to serve folks. So there'll be more stuff coming out. Thanks again, Donovan. And I'm not sure how to get off of this, but I love you guys, and
All
kind of
right,
disconnect.
Sebastian. Okay, so I'm going to take Sebastian off, guys. But who's getting on this cam with me? Who's coming on? Who's coming on? Like somebody say something, get on this cam. Sebastian, are you on? Just turn off your live. Just
Yeah. Um,
or close the yeah, there we go. Um Listen, I want to leave my children with no grown adult unattended. That's not family. Without any other children. Why would I do that? Get your children. Y'all stop leaving y'all children with these weirdos, okay? Unattended with no explanation. It's not going to happen. And it's no money in the world that would allow me to give you my child. R. Kelly, send them girls back home. You have no business with them little children, okay? 15, 16, 17 is too young for you. You're a 50-something-year-old man. Stay away. Hi, the Donovan. Hi, my baby. Hi, Dion. Yes, I told everybody that I've been on hiatus because of the loss of my father. And I'm back in the swing of things. When you watch the beginning of the video, you'll see everything. But anybody want to get on live and kind of talk about what we've discussed? Listen, who would sell their children? It's a real question. Who would sell their children? How much would it cost for you to sell your child? Let's just talk about it because that's what's happening. $350,000, a million. People are doing it. Who wants to get on live? Somebody tell me something because it's no amount of money in the world that would make me do it. But clearly, I'm one of few because everybody else is okay with it. Aaliyah's parents was okay with it. All of the children around Michael Jackson, all of the children with R. Kelly. Now, adults, oh God, who wants to get on live? Do you guys know how to send requests? Do you know how to send requests? Send me a request so you can get on the live. Let me see. Tammy, do you want to get on? Dion, you want to get on? T, you want to get on? Dion says that he'll give it away for free. Hey, you know, that might be a thing where it's okay, but you're also an adult. Oh, you said you'll give yours away for free? That's a lie. Dion, you would not give your children away for free. And it's really serious, guys. What are y'all thinking about? Listen, they selling their children for the right price. Jesse Smollett, girl, you didn't do right. You don't look a mess, T. And I want you to come on to, talk about, because tell everybody your religion, tell everybody your experience. You are a mother, you have children, and the fact of oh, yay, I think I got a request. Okay. I haven't seen my baby in so long. Y'all, come on now, get on this cam. Everybody is entitled to their different opinions, and that's okay. But ultimately, when it's all said and done, where's the moral outrage from the parents? Now they're just looking all coy and shy, like, oh, I didn't know. Oh, listen, my mama used to know when I was lying. My mama knew when I was not doing what I was supposed to do. She knew when I wasn't safe. She was calling my phone. What is it? Is the money really worth it? It says it's adding. So we're waiting for T to get on camera. It's adding. Jude, what did you make for dinner? Do I get an invite? Do I get a plate? I'll be on my best behavior, I promise. T, it's not working. Let me try again. I'm going to add you this time. Guys, this was really fun. You please send me messages and tell me what you guys would want the next topic to be. I would totally love to do that. Of course, I can't wait, to babysit the kids, but also, I'm not gonna do anything to bring them harm. I like adults. And I can't say the rest because it's inappropriate. Um, it's not working. You should just be able to accept the request. It should just say add or okay, accept invite. Um, but does anybody else want to be on the live? If anybody wants to be on the live, feel free to let me know. Or if not, I had so much fun with you guys today. There were people coming in, there were people coming out. It was so amazing. I'm going to be doing these once a month. They will get bigger, they will get better. There will be new and exciting guests. And it's going to be so much fun. I have so much that I want to share with you guys. Remember, please send so much love, peace, joy, and happiness my way. I've been going through so much, but I'm so ready to spend time with you guys. Also, no idea how to request it. Jude, do you want to get on camera? Let me see. Yeah, I don't see you on my list of people that can join. I don't see you on my list. You know these are not new. Do you like my African head wrap? One of my great great girlfriends has inspired this. And I think I'm gonna do it a lot more often. Especially when I'm having like a bad hair day. I'm gonna be like, Queen of Egypt, here I am. I love you guys, and send me some messages, send me some peace. I love you. And Jude, add me. You've been so amazing. And I thank you so much for participating. I can't wait to get to know you more. I think that we'll be great, great friends. So add me. We'll keep in touch. Dion, I love you. Everybody that's watching, I love you guys so much. And I will talk to you guys soon. Ciao.